my air guitar is still good,
That is our little girl.
Yeah, I think she was like 3. I said, Cypress, say word up.
Word up.
Oh, she got it. That's
Guys, the day is here, and welcome to June. It is June 1st, and it's podcast time. Now, if you guys only knew the time and effort that it took to get to these seats.
Yeah, I can't believe it's really happening.
Bro.
Yo,
like, for
welcome.
real.
Welcome.
Yes, you fucking DGens.
You asked for it.
You did ask for it. So, yeah. So this is the temporary studio. We'll have a actual podcast room with some cool lights and some things like that. But in the meantime, this is what we got.
Yeah.
Lovely's got Space Invaders. I got Beastie Boys. I mean,
I needed a little more time to star mine up, but I don't have an excuse.
Well,
you told me about it.
I'll tell you what.
I just
I have
haven't
some
had
big
personal
things.
time.
Well, when we get the room, imagine your Gwen Stefani sign thing. Your thing all behind you, like all your music memorabilia.
I don't know. I got to think about it a little bit. I got to figure out what. I just want to say for a moment, I am so happy that I finally have a microphone of my own.
You do have a microphone of your own. And I'm working on it.
Sometimes you have a tendency to cut me off and during the Friday night breaks, which I get.
Okay,
but,
so let me.
And I'm always known as the chick in the back. So
I remember
now I'm here.
Being a assistant manager at a Radio Shack in Evergreen, and Big Richie T, shout out Richie T, came over and said, "Man, that lady didn't like you." And I'm like, "What are you talking? I didn't even talk to her." He goes, "Yeah." The thing she said to me is, "Oh, is he always so goddamn loud?" Yeah, I'm loud.
Referring to you.
Yeah, especially when I was in salesman mode, I would get, I'm usually the loudest in the room when I have a voice. Other than that, I'm the quietest in the room.
I am too, babe, and I think that's why we get along.
Yeah, it could be.
So, what about the people that don't know who we are? Do we do some kind of introduction at all, or just we assuming
Hell yeah
that everybody knows
how we got to where we're at? No, I totally
just
agree.
who you are. What is your name?
Well, my name is Mile High. I am a full-time breaker on Whatnot of NHL cards. We've been on Whatnot and streaming since August of Double Deuce or 21. Was it 21? No, it's the Double Deuce. Yeah.
Don't know.
So it's the Mickey's Deuce. It started off as I think it started off a thing out of boredom, because that's pretty much right when I left the music scene. About a year after, I didn't record anymore. I did some stuff with my buddy Chris, and you guys have heard all that on the stream. And then
many of times
things have kind of stopped, and I'm an entertainer. That's what I like to do. I like to make people laugh. I like to demand your attention, whether it be my bright ass green car or my tattoos or whatever I can do to distract you from everyday mundane life. That's usually me. So we found Whatnot. I started off selling some junk wax stuff, a lot of Pittsburgh stuff. I had a bunch of Pittsburgh stuff.
This whole junk wax, I just never understood that. I know you explained it to me. It had something to do with the wrapping.
No. Okay. So wax.
I don't know.
Wax is considered a sealed box of cards. If you trade or collect wax, they're sealed boxes. Like we have a shit ton of in the break room.
Mm-hmm.
Never opened. That's wax, right? Comes from the old wax paper that they used to have to put around the cards with the bubble gum in them. It's just wax, right? Okay. Junk wax is, how can I put it? Okay. So it's the overproduction of a product, right? So if you have let's say you have the best donuts in the neighborhood.
Did you say donut?
I did say donuts. And everybody is like, man, keep it on the down low. Those donuts are awesome. And all of a sudden there's 19 donut companies with the same flavors, just in different shapes and sizes, and kind of and saturating the market. So in the 90s, once hockey became very much more collectible than it used to be, through the Gretzky era, the Messier era, Joe Sakic. I mean, even before that, there was just so much produced. I mean, thousands and thousands of boxes. So in our hobby, you know, the more rare the card, the more valuable it may be to a collector, right? Well, there are so fucking many of those cards because they were overproduced. You could go down to an LCS and still buy a box of, 91 score, which, usually is printed pretty shitty. But anyways, back to what we were saying. Whatnot.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't even know what.
Well, yeah, I'm taking you there.
Okay.
Walk with me now. Come on. Come on.
Well, hurry it up. Sorry.
Oh,
Continue.
We started doing the Friday night breaks. We were doing wheel spins. We did so. If you go back on our YouTube channel, there's quite a few old breaks that are just like, oh God, I can't.
But there was even older ones on Whatnot at one point, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They like disappeared or something.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, they just, whatever about that. But now it got to where we were doing 3 days a week, and then it was 5 days a week, and then even you, Lovely, were like, yo, you got a full-time job and you're doing, slow down. So we went to 3 days a week again, and life comes at you in curveballs, weird ways sometimes. And God just threw down the gauntlet and said, this is your sign.
Oh, you think everything's going
Lovely
good?
said, here's a credit card. Go make some money. So ever since then, we've been full-time. And babe, it's going to be July 12th of this.
2 years?
1 year for me full-time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So
that's nice.
That's where we got to where we're at. How did you get to where you're at?
It wasn't always, I wasn't always your co-pilot. Like for a long time. Well, and just for those people who don't know who I am, my name's Lovely Lisa.
You are.
I
lovely.
am.
And
Oh,
Elisa.
thank you.
How coincidental.
Thanks, babe.
Sure.
Anyway, so I've always been your wife in life.
My ride or die.
Right. But like I'm talking on the show.
The Bonnie to my Clyde.
Your breaker stuff.
You're correct. Well,
I came in a little later.
And the old videos on,
but pretty early.
And the old videos on YouTube, babe, it's funny because I have that camera running and you're back there in your robe with your slippers and your feet up, just commenting. Yeah, it's so funny because you're just like, I don't give a shit. But yeah, and then we had Mile High, and then we had the old logo, which I'm going to put up on the screen now so you guys can see it. It's a lot different than it used to be.
Oh, that one that we just picked from like a list of.
No, I made those.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh,
but Lovely couldn't figure out why she was holding a Xbox controller, and
I didn't know what
I was holding a microphone, and a lot of people thought it was a lightsaber, and it was kind of cartoony. But then,
but I was around at that time.
Yes,
at that time we were starting to do the Friday night breaks.
That's correct.
We started to develop the family.
That's correct.
Shout out to Met. He was always around for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Westside Will. Westside
Will.
Remember, first thing Will says to
God.
Gutty Boogard. And I'm like, who the fuck is Boogard? Yeah. But yeah, Westside. Stixy.
Sticks. That's who yes.
DMC.
Sticks.
Yep.
Oh, man. They were OG.
Obviously, the Mad Alaskan Flying Brian Beetle.
Yes.
Actually, it's Bitoli, I think. Bitoli.
Right.
But, and he's still, he's still right next to us.
And my dad, K. Martin. OL. COL.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that have been around for so long that they don't know any different. But like, Kmart, a day oneer, the top collector in our stream, is Lovely's father.
I'm so proud.
And given
Absolutely.
it was Memorial Day weekend a couple weeks back, and Kmart is a very proud, self-built, very intelligent man, and for him to say, "I am so fucking proud of you two," I could do nothing more, and as long as I have that, I'm good.
We could die happy now.
Yeah, we could die happy. So
it's great to hear that.
that's to where we got to where we are. So the Friday night breaks became a staple. More and more people started to, hey, we're looking forward to it. And our good friend, Mr. Martinez, Greg, you guys might know him as Uncle Spicy. He said, Mile, you and Lisa need a podcast. And I'm like, dude, that was, come on. Like, I got time for that. What are we going to talk about? He goes, dude, all you got to do is be you. You guys, you don't understand. You got it. You guys got it. And so,
I guess.
I've always said, even on the stream, if you're not growing, you're dying. Okay. We still are podcasting or streaming our breaks, 12 breaks a week from an iPhone, not using OBS, not using the upgraded stuff. So I said, there's a lot of firsts on whatnot. And I do believe that I am one of the first, if not the first, to have a monitor in the background where we would play hockey fights and YouTube videos.
Yeah, because we didn't want to use OBS shit. Like, it was too much of a pain in the ass.
And it was
boring,
like
easier just
to look at a background. Like, I need, when you're when you're trying to acquire customers and retail. I was in corporate for forever. You guys don't know that about me. Yeah. A corporate forever with customer acquisition and marketing and targeting, it's kind of the same way with this. When you come in, I want you to feel that you're getting a value. You're being entertained. You don't just, spend, $27 on your PC team. Well, like if it's the bolts or the pens and bounce, like who wants to do that? But sometimes you might go into maybe somebody on Fanatics. I'm not talking about anybody in specific, but you're there and you're like, okay.
So it's like this.
It's
hey everybody.
Yeah. We're just gonna
we're gonna
fill this break.
Open it up soon.
I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Yeah, stick
around. I'll leave spots up and
not anybody in particular at all.
As soon as we came on the app,
possibly this could happen.
I had to change that shit. So there's always a lot going on our streams, especially on Friday. And Greg, thank you. This is a result of initial idea coming from Mr. Martinez, which I think we have a few questions for in the mailbag section.
Speaking of music, I wish we can have music. Like, it is killing my soul right now to not have any music and listen to this silence in the back.
Exclusive.
Maybe I have tinnitus. Like, it bothers me to have silence. Uh-oh. We don't have a lot of time sometimes, enough time for banter, you and I, during your hockey breaks, because, I don't know, you're just doing shit and stuff. So here, like, we're kind of, it's just you and I, right?
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the difference. We're the same people. But, like, listen, consider... You're talking to me. Let's do some shots, and the music's going, and I got people coming in, and you're saying, "Babe, this," and doing this, and I'm like, "Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in." I mean, it's hard.
I know it is a lot.
But I like to everybody that comes in the stream, babe. They gotta know that we know that they're there. That's important. It's like, again, back to retail. Customers love to hear their name. So I was like, "Hey, what was your name again?" Joe. All right, Joe. My name's Dave. Well, Joe, listen. If I could get you into that, blah, 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 today for a low down payment, Joe, listen, Joe, customers love to hear their name. Well, but we build rapport with PC collectors.
So, like, let's shout out some names right now. How about Lem?
Lemkey13.
Oh, come on.
Senior mod.
Lem has, like, stepped up and fucking, like,
biggest ass kicker of the year.
He's on another level, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Lem is on the inner circle.
How about Jackson?
Jackson, a whole nother level too.
I know. Like, that family is so beautiful. We love you guys.
V, Vitruvian 51.
Uh-oh.
Smokehouse Breaks. Corona and lime,
Yes. Oh,
Trita,
man.
fucking tree.
Like, it's a list. It's so many. Uncle Spicy, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I'm not forgetting anybody off the top of my head. I apologize. But a shout out Mac, Macadelic, Mac941. Shout out Chew with 3 U's, Chewy. Shout out Stewie, Klimpeak. Stewie's my dude. Like, we have guys that come in every night and females. And I'm gonna say it. We have the largest returning clientele of female hockey collectors every night. There is no other breaker that hosts 5 to 7 females.
Yeah.
There aren't.
Yeah, well, there's others, but I just don't even pay attention to that kind of stuff, babe. I don't know if you do, but I don't read those kind of stats because, like, when I'm in, I'm just feeling the love and the support, and it's like a community.
Yep.
And everybody's so cool to each other.
I think
and no judgment. Like, we don't give a fuck.
We don't
Because,
care if you like to lick it or stick
we
it.
don't
It doesn't
care
matter.
about any of that. Like, we have a common interest, right?
Yeah.
Like some kind of collection,
Yeah.
and even better that it's
Hey, I heard this
fucking
guy's
hockey.
really good looking.
You only like to bark a lot. When it goes too far,
Some Irish dude, some whitey.
you better let them fucking know. Knocking them down like they was fucking dominoes. I like to fight, so let me.
I don't even remember what year this was. I worked at Radio
See,
Shack.
you even said Irish in there.
You better be backing the fuck up, cause I've been drinking all night and I really don't give a fuck. So come talking with your hands if you're thick and you're rough. I'll still be kicking your ass when the cocks are dragging me out in cuffs. We fighting dirty, bro. You better let them fucking know. A boot straight to your face before you get a word in. This is Fight Club, punk. You can call me Tyler Durden, but I'm as real as it gets. I'm not an imagination. D blunt on this mic. It's a lethal combination.
Let them know. Oh, man.
That's
you know,
more
that
like
was a whole nother life ago.
Oh my god.
Do you realize that? Like,
I do.
I don't even know.
And I remember,
what-
I just think I just told you the other day, like when we were so deep into that, I mean, we were having the band come over here 3 nights a week. We were booking
Shit, man,
3
that was
shows a
like-
week. Remember, at all the bars, the Salt Lake City, like we were doing some shit. We were doing some shit.
Yeah, it was like a part-time job.
And I remember when it ended, I looked at you and I'm like, who am I going to be now? Like, what am I going to do without this? Like, that was my life for 7 fucking years. And all of a sudden there was a falling out. Yeah. When I left, that's what FFD named their band was Falling Out. But
You know,
I left voluntarily
I
for
think
hip hop.
your number one job, babe, has always been to be a dad. So, like, that's who you became because that's what happened. You had to become a full-time dad for a while.
I would agree with that.
So
I would agree with that. I would have made that choice every time, so it doesn't matter. But nevertheless,
well,
we would not be where we're at here had none of that happened. I don't want to be some sweaty, groupie musician person that cheats on his wife. I don't. I just want to entertain people. That's all I want to do. Just want to make you laugh. Anyways,
what else you got?
Here's what I got. I remember. Shout out Hoodie on this boat. This person might sound a little familiar, babe. I don't know. You can let me know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hey, is that
She's pretty.
That's that shit.
Oh, I can't remember that bitch's name.
Rubbery Risa. everyday thing.
Oh.
So get a buzz, kick it a slang, taking a hell of a toke. If you think you can hang, I stay blazed all day and I tote by the pound, faded 24/7, cause that's how I get down. Man, I thought you knew, that's how we do. It's been a long time coming, but it's way overdue.
Gee, Blunt, you a pimp?
Yes, indeed, and if you don't believe me, ask FFD. It's the wicked West weed, and nobody does it better. Got a fist full of trees and a pocket full of cheddar. So impressed with the stress, man, you keep that shit. I prefer getting lifted off of one or two bong hits. Smoking with us, we go and choke for toke, and if you're choking with us, it's only endo smoke.
Yo, Blunt, you a pimp.
Yes, indeed, deep blunt, quay low, and my boy Hoodwink. Yeah,
And slow, hold it some more. Oh my God.
yeah.
Yes.
How much fun was
It's that
doing
bitch,
that?
lovely Lisa.
It's funny. I have
Guess who's on the
we have a
there.
picture of Cypress and that FFD shirt when I recorded that at the Mouse Track. Oh, Quelo. Out of swishes, out of Vegas, roll fat, a skinny man. We don't smoke garbage, we smoke kill. Take it in your chest and you know it's real deal. Out of pipes, out of hookahs, or out of bongs. Me and D1 smoking like Cheech and Chong. Laughing all day long, got my mind just floating. Knowing that the wicked West weed is too potent. Leave the window open, fucking homie hot box. Roll another smoke pot. Weed is a bad habit and I just can't stop. Can't say this part. Be a grin chat, snap on all my folks. I get another bag of grass and I'm happy, low. So if you got one, then blaze the shit. Dude. Shout out Q. Shout out Q.
Okay. That was the music segment.
Oh, was it? I'm just kind of just going through some shit here. DGen fam, check this out. Poutine chips. I love Pepsi and poutine and Red Bull. But guys, these poutine chips came from my guys at Milked Official. So if you're in the Watertown, Mass area, brick and mortar, if you're looking for a top tier glass smoking accessories and rare treats, Milked Premier Glass Gallery is a family owned shop refining the smoke shop experience since 2017. Shop curated glass, hard to find exotic snacks from Japan, Canada, and even Taiwan. And catch them live on Whatnot. My guy Birdie does the Whatnot show. We buy a lot of stuff like the cinnamon bun Oreos that my daughter likes, the Kit Kats that are drumstick flavor. They're amazing. Guys, check out milkedexoticsnacks.com. Order what you want. Use promo code MileHighWaxBoxOG. That's MileHighWaxBoxOG. Save 10% on your order. And by the way, tell Birdie I said what's up. It's chip time. Pretty good. I'm just going.
No, I know. It's good to go back and think about all the different roads that we've been on to get here.
Yeah, there's some crazy. We've been through so much stuff. We've been through a bunch of stuff. Well, I was saying like the other night on the podcast that, Lovely, I don't even know if you realize how big hockey has been in our relationship period.
Yeah.
Do you remember where the second
like
time?
I've always loved hockey.
Where was the
Fuck
second?
yeah.
Where was the second time we ever met?
Oh man,
Hit me
come
with it.
on.
Okay, I got a picture of it. And it's one of my favorite pictures. Okay.
Shit.
Anthony. Let me amaze you.
Second time.
Yes, because you invited me to Anthony's hockey game. I met your mom. I met Anthony. Didn't meet Andrew. He was running around all crazy. You had the leather jacket on that you still have. Your hair was straight. And I'm leaning up against the fence with my Fila Grant Hills on, my Genco jeans, and my black, I think it was an Avalanche hat, and my black Adidas coat. And I'm talking, you want me to show you the picture? It was at the park in Littleton. You invited me to the game. Yeah, you should have ran then. But hockey's been
What
an
does
incredible.
that have to do with anything? Because of just how.
I don't know. What are we, open soccer cards? Oh yeah, I forgot. We're Pokemon breakers because of hockey. Babe.
Okay.
Hockey's always been something in our life, not only that we've had in common, that our whole family likes. So,
Word.
you know, a lot of people don't know.
So
that.
anyway, and that's how you. I'm just trying to think in my head, like what we're doing here and why and
Why we're doing this?
yes,
Okay,
because
we're doing this
because we
pretty
don't
much
have
because
time.
somebody said it wouldn't work. Okay, Greg told me it would
What?
work. Greg told me it would work, But other people were like, dude, you're not that interesting. Why would you have a podcast?
Somebody said that
Yeah,
to
and
you?
and that's when I came back and said, you know what, bro?
I've never
When
heard
your life
that.
is a sitcom, monetize it. We're not even monetizing it. This is something where we actually can sit down and have a goddamn conversation about something that's not about how much money is in the bank account or what kid needs what or Cypress has got to go here or we got to plan this for next week. This is our time to sit down and reflect on some good shit and share it with the people that really, really give a shit
Okay.
about us.
I'm cool with that.
That's what it is, dude. and you know, like, you know, I know we're talking about the Vegas trip here coming up in a few minutes.
Yes, let's plug
That's-
Vegas
yeah.
immediately. All right, so
Let's talk about last year's
all right,
Vegas
yeah.
first.
So let's talk. Obviously, we had been into. Well, you had been breaking for like a year, right? A year
Correct.
strong.
Correct.
And what we usually go to Vegas at least once a year. Sometimes we skip 1 or 2 years, which sucks, but we always go.
Okay.
We like to go at least 3 times. But anyway, somehow we were like, hey, we're going to go to Vegas this year. Like, fuck it. Let's meet. What is going on?
I never disconnected the office phone.
Pick it up.
I don't want to pick it up. As you always tell everybody. Maybe you owe them money. Oh, now it's going through the line too. Okay, I gotta take this. I gotta take it. Hello? Who's this?
You know what it is, homie. It's the Lord.
Ooh.
Bro.
Shit.
You know what you did.
I know what I did.
I told you.
Does this sound familiar? Lord, if you listening, help. You know how tired I am hearing that? I got bigger things to worry about, like UAPs. You know, other things like world famine. And all you want to bitch about is the orange team?
Well, I thought we were clear on what.
Nope.
All right, so I get no help.
Listen, if you need your mom to feel better because she's sick, you can ask me. If you need, you know, it not to rain because you're going golfing the next day, I'll give it a shot. But when it comes to what comes out of a hockey card pack, that ain't me, bro.
Oh, sorry. Well, lovely. You gonna help me out here at all? Or?
Hi, God.
Lovely.
You know, I've been. Thank you for those shoes. That's all I want to say. Thank you
You're
for those
welcome,
shoes.
girl. Let's go. Too cool. Totes. Totes, girl. Totes. You owe me one now.
You got it. You better be careful, Mile.
So I have no hope here.
Listen, buddy. I'm up here taking slappers with Bobby Orr, Gordie Howe. I don't think you want none of this. It's going to be the 250-year team. Yeah, that's right. And I'm on goal.
God on goal? Oh my gosh.
That's right, I said it. So, Mile, I can help you, but if you say with me now.
All right, I'm listening.
5 are Marios and 6 are Yoggers.
5, baby. 5 and 6.
Did you say Hail Marios and R Yoggers?
That's exactly what I said. Black and yellow, baby. F the orange team. I gotta go. See ya.
That's it. Wow. Okay. So I guess that's our answer into I guess I shouldn't, you know.
I told you. You should have like.
Yes, I did. Okay. All right, so let's get into our main segment, Love. You started talking about I'm gonna make sure the phone's not gonna ring. You were talking about Vegas this year, and yes, guys, do you want to talk about last year first, or?
Well, that's what I started to talk about until rudely. Never mind.
I was gonna say.
It's raining.
Oh, you didn't hang up the phone, dog.
Anyway, we got to Vegas somehow, and it was originally with Birdman 2727, right?
Shout out Tasso.
Yes.
Well,
Birdie.
actually, listen.
Birdie's on a
This
whole
is
nother
how.
level.
Okay, so our.
Oh, and we forgot Jeff and Jen.
Do you remember our connection to the
Sorry,
Boston
guys.
boys? Do you remember how that started? Creature
And
stumble.
Creech Rock. Creatures Rock.
Well, this is when we used to have the break desk here facing up that way, and we would sit along here because this little shelf here was a great storage. Creech came in one night, had a great time, and I told the corn story. Creech loved the corn story.
Oh.
Said, you know what? I'm gonna come back with my buddies. He brought in Baklava Poppy. He brought in Birdie. Birdie never left. Baklava, we seen him last year in Vegas. I think he's coming in this year too. But that
Awesome.
that chance encounter
So
alone,
fun to party with.
guys. Our logo is designed by Creatures Rock. That's my G right there. Our logo.
Yes.
A lot of the ideas for the stream.
Very
you guys
talented.
know and one day we will tell the rhymes with Schmearson, Tori, and I'm gonna have Creech, and we're gonna tell the story.
Yeah, save it for another day.
Because because I gotta have Creech with me because I don't know if we'd be able to get through the whole thing, but so we met those guys out in Vegas last year. Jeff and Jen, Baklava Poppy, the Throat Goat.
Oh my God! Don't do that ever again.
What? I can do this.
Put your hand down.
Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Hey, look what I can do.
Appropriate.
Creature, Jeff and Jen, and we all bummed around town.
Wait, what happened?
We saw Missy Elliott.
We didn't meet up with everyone until
we got a bar fight.
Where was it? Because we didn't all meet at the airport or anything.
We met
like
at
that.
Caesars in the lobby.
Oh,
I met them.
right.
You were still getting ready, by the way.
That's right.
I seen Tasso. I was playing a Buffalo machine. I left like $18 on the machine. I came around, snuck up, and I jumped on that motherfucker's back and gave him a big old hug and a kiss.
God, it was so
That
much
is my
fun.
G right there.
And then we were just like a mob of 9 of just like this loud, like yelling.
That's what we do.
Laughing, smoking, drinking.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
It was great.
And
we went around to casinos and just took out the.
We got to use OG's bitch please card to park.
So we're it was so much fun.
I hit
for days. It was
$800 3 times in a row within the first 12 minutes. We were at Caesars.
And then Mile and I rented a fucking huge. It wasn't an Escalade. What was it? An Expedition or something huge, right? Fit like 10 people, and we all got in that car and drove around Vegas. Went to Red Rock.
It was like a Suburban. It was like a Suburban.
Yeah,
might have been an Escalade. Oh, it was a Denali? Wasn't it a Yukon Denali? Yeah.
We were bumping music.
Shit. Yeah.
Smoking the whizzy.
Anybody. Bitch, I ain't got a penny on me. Remember, we were all singing that shit.
Oh my God, it was so.
And then I remember,
fun.
guys, we mobbed out to Red Rocks. Some of these guys haven't seen Red Rocks Casino, and your boy had probably a little bit too much to drink. And I remember we're driving back towards downtown, and everybody's jamming, and I'm kind of like, man, I'm kind of fucked. I'm not feeling like I should be driving. And there was a cop on my ass, and I froze. I didn't want to say, hey, guys, there's a cop and I'm drunk. I remember grabbing your leg and I'm like, there's a cop. There's a cop. And you're like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, freaked me out. But then he got off and I was like, party. So, yeah, it was, dude, you know what?
You should have told that part.
Listen, whatever. These guys know who I am. Best part of the trip. Well, best and worst part of the trip. Okay, for me, was the same exact time. Best and worst part.
Mm-hmm.
When we pulled up to the airport after Creech shoved a bunch of free pastries down our mouth, and we dropped everybody off and we were pulling away. That was the best and the worst time of that trip. Why? Worst time, because I already missed those guys. The best, because I feel like I've made some of the best friends of my life. So it was very bittersweet. And then Lovely said, fuck it, we're going to stay another day. And I did a warm shot, one of these in the parking lot, and we went gambling for another day.
I loved when we went to that card show, just very impromptu in the middle of the trip, which I hope so bad will happen again this year. You know what I mean? I haven't seen anything on the schedule yet, but I don't know what I'm looking for.
But we met Chris
close.
from Silver State Breaks.
It just all gave us a common interest.
And we met Hector. I asked him about spoon engines. He said I didn't have any. We did get an autograph.
I loved hanging out with everybody.
I'll throw that up on the screen too here, guys. Me, Lovely, and the guy that played Hector in like 19 movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's us right there. Right there.
Yeah, that was great.
And he also had the monkey fly out of his butt.
That was a different time.
No, babe, it's not a different time.
Because was in Cyprus with us? Oh,
no.
Whatever. Okay. Anyway, so
this year
we're trying to, because we know there's going to be more people, so, we want to have an opportunity where we can all be together for at least a few hours to just drink, talk together,
that's going to be the 12th, right?
Talk about things like, because everybody loves to gamble. That's what you go to Vegas for. But it's hard to remain as kind of like a group when you're, and I don't want to be all, hey, the bus leaves. If, fuck that.
Totally,
like, I'm not dictating anybody's time.
So that's going to be the 12th, right?
Yeah. So we're going to do July 10th through the 13th, which is a Thursday through Monday.
It's the 14th, babe. It's 10th through 14th. And the day that we're meeting up with everybody officially for the big get together is at Red Rock.
Saturday.
On the 12th.
Yes. Saturday the 12th.
At any time.
Right now we are proposing to use the bowling alley at Red Rock because it's really, really nice. And I think we can probably reserve, a good amount of lanes. And that's, everybody can drink. They also have pool there and stuff like that. So, just an opportunity and if you really want to gamble, it's right outside the doors.
Yeah.
So,
well, there's also
it's just for,
we'll have the option
for
to
us
do that.
To talk.
Yeah. So I would say if we go
meet each other person.
I would say if we go and we meet up, we just go get some lanes.
Yeah.
Because we don't need a concierge. I'll make Lem go get everything. Lem.
Well,
get on that, would you? I'm kidding.
No,
I love you, dog. Yeah, I'm just kidding. It'll be V. I'll make V do it.
Oh, you're going to sneak that shit in is what you're going to do.
Whatever.
And you're going to be like pouring it out of your ankle, like shots of Stranahan's.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, Stranahan's is ridiculously expensive, so we might have to take a bottle with us because it's $80 out there.
Or we might just rent a villa and everyone's welcome. I'm working on it, you guys. I'm working on it. So I hope to make it happen.
Yeah, so
no promises.
Everybody's welcome. Nothing's comped. Well, we get comped, but if you want to come meet up, we're not saying we're anybody, but we're going. And if you've never been to Vegas and you want friends, you make instant friends with us.
And Red Rock is not on the Strip. It's
correct.
A little bit outside. So, and no offense, we've been doing Vegas for what? How many decades now? First of all, we got married in Vegas.
We went first time we went to your parents was the time me and your mom laughed so hard I almost shit my pants and threw up at the same time over the Jay Leno jaw lady.
What a great story.
We were at the Paris, or they were going, okay, it was at the escalator that goes to the top of the Paris. Me and your mom are waiting for you and your dad. You got stuck in the line. And this lady came by and your mom and I both looked at her and I looked at your mom and I said, holy Jay Leno, she lost her shit. We laughed for at least, I'm telling you, I was like Jello walking away because I was laughing so hard. That was the first time we went with your folks, but we've been going forever.
I had been there at least 8 times before that.
I was only there once with my dad when we drove an RV out there from Wellington, Utah. We stayed at Circus, and I couldn't understand why he wouldn't let me get any of the free newspapers. Yeah,
the porn slappers.
Yeah. So other than that, the next time was with you, love. So.
Wow.
Yeah, you broke my virginity for Vegas.
Anyway,
and if you want daddy, I'll be at the table.
Anyways. God.
So let's move on right now to
I hope everyone could meet us out there. It's gonna be fucking great. I can't wait.
So we've had a good time. We've had you guys email us some questions into DGen Mayhem.
Can we get some like transition music or
It's
something?
like DGen Mayhem at gmail.com. DGen fam, check this out. Poutine chips. I love Pepsi and poutine and Red Bull. But guys, these poutine chips came from my guys at Milked Official. So if you're in the Watertown, Mass area, brick and mortar, if you're looking for a top tier glass smoking accessories and rare treats, Milked Premier Glass Gallery is a family owned shop refining the smoke shop experience since 2017. Shop curated glass, hard to find exotic snacks from Japan, Canada, and even Taiwan. And catch them live on Whatnot. My guy Birdie does the Whatnot show. We buy a lot of stuff like the cinnamon bun Oreos that my daughter likes, the Kit Kats that are drumstick flavor. They're amazing. Guys, check out milkedexoticsnacks.com. Order what you want. Use promo code MileHighWaxBoxOG. That's MileHighWaxBoxOG. Save 10% on your order. And by the way, tell Birdie I said what's up. It's chip time. Pretty good.
Sorry if everyone heard that.
So, again, if you guys have questions, suggestions,
hey, did we
whatever.
even say welcome to the DGen bod? Just
welcome to the
DGen
DGen pod. This is a DGen pod.
DGen Mayhem.
DGen Mayhem podcast, love.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on this show.
Yeah,
I
you
can
are.
Say it.
Yeah, you can say it. You want to.
I'll work on it.
Please,
DGen Mayhem.
please email us at dgenmayhem@gmail.com. So, Lovely, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Because we have some questions that came in from guys on the stream, and some are for you and some are for me.
Okay,
So, what would you prefer?
Why don't you go?
Okay. So, this was a question from Greg, actually. Uncle Spicy.
Uncle Spicy.
Wants to know, Lovely, how did you and Mile meet? And you got like 2 minutes here. Like,
Okay,
you got to summarize
we
25
met,
years.
2001 on an
March
Yahoo
March 18th.
chat room.
Day after.
Yes, online people, way before dating services. There might have been one out
Day after
there,
St.
but
Patrick's
yeah.
Day.
So we just kind of stumbled on each other's profile, or maybe he found mine. I don't remember, but we talked for months and months, long time before we decided to meet, and then
Weeks and weeks.
it was months and months, and then we just started hanging out.
And where was our first date?
It was at a big restaurant off of Federal and
Lovely.
Santa Fe.
No, it wasn't. It
Oh, wait, no, it was at a King
Signals head
Soopers.
shop.
Yeah.
We went and we bought a pipe because I wasn't putting your brown ass weed, my good ass Hawaiian weed in your metal pipe. And I was like, we're going to the head shop. That was our first date.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, well, you should be happy that
I
you
was,
know.
I was like, well, I guess he got game.
You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right.
So that's how we met. And the rest is a long history
Yeah, a long time
of
ago.
wins, fails, falls, glory.
Children, grandchildren, dogs have come and gone. Cars have come and gone.
Yeah.
Family members have come and gone, even though they're still alive. That don't, they're gone.
It's been
It's
a lot.
Always been us, love.
Yeah.
Always. Anyways,
Okay, next.
what do you got for me?
Also from Uncle Spicy, he would like to know what your favorite restaurant is.
My favorite restaurant? Like, are we talking fast food, Spice? Because I'm going to break it down for you. Because if it's fast food, there's no exception. I'm a BK guy. I like that charbroiled taste. Plus, every place else sucks. Other than that, I would have to say, like, the Willie Nelson joint, Texas Roadhouse is dope. But, I can't continue to clog my arteries with 5 dozen buttered nuts. Bread, like the rolls. Like, I can't do this. Shout out, dude, shout out Shaner.
What?
About a year ago, we were trying to sell teams, and he said, "Listen, everybody, if you don't buy a team, I'm gonna eat this entire dozen of Roadhouse." I've always think about Shade.
that.
Yeah, I always think about Shade. Also, shout out Mando.
So your answer is Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah. Well, they shut down my other joint, so El Tepejuan.
Pretty good.
Yeah. El Tepejuanito, which means El Tepe Little One. Yeah. So, yeah,
Okay.
guys.
What's the next question?
That's it. 2 questions. That's it.
Oh.
Mailbag. Yeah.
COLORADO haters, you just lay down slow.
COLORADO haters, you just lay down slow.
COLORADO haters, you just lay down slow. COLORADO haters, you just lay down slow.
Shout out, hoodie. I do have them here. I was lying. I'll have them shortly. Give me 1 second.
I love it when she goes downtown. You should know your girl's a freak. I rock that bitch.
No, that's not what I want.
Don't be a hater, man. Just be cool. I'll stomp your ass like a stepping stool.
6 City Rides took the pool to pool.
So test your luck if you wanted to. The elite soldier, he's killing it. Good wink with a drink, he's spilling shit.
I'm in the back, breaking backs. Where the fucking donuts at?
Flows on the beats, we killing it. Hands in the air, we feeling it. We in this bitch, we killing it. We killing it.
So do you want to talk about like what a degenerate does mean? What does DGen Mayhem podcast mean? Well, let's break it down, right?
Yeah, I mean, a DGen is somebody that really loves dopamine, and the rush. Well,
Really?
when you hit a jackpot, babe, that feeling you get is dopamine. That excited, oh my god, feeling is dopamine. Same when you hit a big card. When you hit a big card, that's a fucking dopamine rush. Waiting to see what's coming next is a dopamine rush. Whiskey over wine is a DGen to me. You're a whiskey drinker. You're probably a gambler, a DGen.
I love my whiskey.
When you choose to go to the hill other than pay bills, you definitely a DGen.
And people are like,
And I mean,
what
the
do
casino.
you mean by the
Yeah,
hill?
the casino.
That is a local term from Denver because that's where we're from. Shout out Mile High, baby. Born and raised. Me, not Mile, even though ironically, your name is Mile High, but you were not born and raised here. I was.
Correct. I'm straight from the bird. Kid.
Anyway.
Straight out of Pittsburgh.
About what? 35 minutes outside of Denver, west, up in Black Hawk or Central City, Colorado, there is a plethora of casinos.
Is it an actual plethora, though?
It is. It's a good amount.
I know. I was there. I'm agreeing with you. Jeez. Settle down.
They have restaurants and stuff too, but they're like within the casinos. And it's just an abundance of fun and debauchery.
Spicy knows about the hill.
Oh, yeah. All too well.
Spicy's the video poker king.
Lucky fucker. He won pretty big.
Shout out Michelle.
Him and Michelle. I know. That was awesome. So happy for them too. Anyway, so the locals call it the hill.
Yeah, going up to the hill.
Yeah, so that's it's not a problem for us. It used to be.
Well,
but it's just fun. So anyway, that's part of like why we call ourselves DGens, right?
That's
because
exactly why.
We love that. We love that feeling. We have no judgment. Like we don't care.
DGaff.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck.
We don't. We just like to have fun.
Live your life that way.
And love everybody. And the support has been so
rep who you are.
Amazing.
Be who you are. You can be whoever you want to be in our stream, right, Lovely?
Yes, and I love that this family loves us. Like, it's... And we do it for the kids, too. Oh, my God, the kids that are involved.
We had Jackson's 8th birthday party in our stream. Rush.
The best.
Rush 2467's got twins that watch the show. Sticks and Pens fan.
I know.
I mean, Danny Berger's the great. Danny Berger's the GOAT. I mean, there's a lot. And again, I'm super proud of we have the largest female returning clientele because they feel comfortable in our stream. And I think that's great. Having,
Yeah.
being a girl dad, you know?
Totally. Well, and just me being a girl,
Correct.
I could represent. Because honestly, babe, you're the one with the knowledge of all the hockey players and the stats and all that shit. I like to see which one fills out his pants better, or which one has the longest hair, or like
Wait, I'm down here reading
like,
parenting
you know,
tips, and I hear fills out his pants better.
the one who fights the best. Those are the kind of stats I'm keeping track of. And no, I don't. I'll remember their names all the time, but so I hope, like, from a female perspective, that's the kind of representation I'm bringing.
So I have another question.
I'm working on it.
I have another question. Hold on. What is it like? This is from V, Big V, Vitruvian. Shout out V. 51. What is it like being married to a full-time breaker? Lovely, real question.
Okay. Well,
You gotta leave this plugged in, by the way. You'll need it. Take it. You'll need it.
I think to start, to understand the breaker, you have to understand the man beneath the breaker. And that is Mile, D Blunt, D Blizzy, D...
Shizzy.
Just D. There's dad, father, stepdad,
Dave.
husband, boyfriend,
ADHDer. Dreamer.
pain in the asser, motherfucker.
And way too pretty for ya.
I mean,
Okay.
it is. It's very exciting. Mile always takes me on a roller coaster ride. It's always like that with you, babe. It's a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of good chaos. It is good because I'm a problem solver, and I like to be. And I was gonna say a word, but I don't want to use
a disruptor.
That is great. Yes.
Yes, you're a disruptor.
I like
and
to,
what do I do?
Read the patterns in the chaos. And so somehow it works. It works. Like, I was very not intimidated, but it was unfamiliar to have you not have a full-time working for the man job, right? In that you're a provider, like you provide for this family. So it's it was very scary going down that path and letting you just let go and go free with this. And I mean, look at you now, babe. It's just been very impressive.
Well,
that you've gone this far and you're this dedicated and you grind and grind. And it's great to see. I sometimes I lose my shit over it because I am a very particular planner. I am a Virgo, and for a real job, I do project management for very large construction design build projects. So I am very analytical and stuff. So it's challenging at times, but you and I are very yin and yang, and it works. So
somehow
I'd say
we meet in the DGen middle.
Yes.
It's the DGen and us that keeps us together.
And sometimes I think of the alternative,
Well,
being married to boring.
May
boring.
I reply or add on?
But no, it's great. I love it. That's my answer.
And for me, it's always been about one thing. The hobby.
Okay.
It's not about the money. It's nice being able to support myself. We're not ballers. I don't make a ton of money, but we make enough money.
Yeah,
but
it's enough to pay the bills.
It's also important to me that my kids see and understand what we've built. And finally, the oldest is coming into the family business. I'm very, very excited about that.
He's thinking about it.
Not because, hey, look at me. It's because it's legacy. This is legacy. And the minute I met Anthony, he was already reciting football stats to me. This kid had his own podcast for a while. He worked with very famous people in LA and is so knowledgeable and was a successful stand-up comedian as well. So when you guys
He's
get
done a lot.
Lovely
Very
and
proud.
me combined and you get Cypress, that's the anomaly. She's a straight A student. She's fucking perfect. Then there's Anthony, who is the mishmash and is the perfect smartass. And is just such a great guy.
Yeah,
that
he is.
His expertise is in the gridiron and football and draft and who's who and who was who and what draft year and stats out the ass.
He
So
would be great at it.
as we start to evolve as a family and a brand, it will, we'll have him on the podcast before that all happens. So anyways, guys, we have reached an hour.
What?
But
that was
yeah,
just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it was actually 55 or so minutes ago. But I have to keep it under an hour because we got our new Spotify channel today that launches as well. So enjoy. So if you'd rather listen audio-wise, you can do that. So moving forward, Lovely, you're going to have your own part of the show where you can talk about what you want, whoever you want, whether if it's great things in your life or it's people that piss you off. Are you excited about that?
Yes, I am very excited.
Let's call it break stuff. Forgot to tell you guys, if you are coming to Vegas, welcome to the podcast, as Lovely and I will be recording an hour podcast on the Vegas Strip from Red Rock Casino, and everybody gets to come and say hello.
I have no idea.
Guys, thank you so much.
Come see Rubbery Risa.
Come see Rubbery Risa. We love y'all.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Give me a license to grow. What's the 411? What's the status quo?